Good morning. This morning, County Judge and Commissioner Casterline are both out ill, so I will be serving as Judge Pro Tem, so please bear with me. So today is the 10th day of November, 2025. I'm calling this meeting to order at 9 a.m. in the County Court at Law Courtroom located at 2718 Highway 35 North, Rockport, Texas. And I call the meeting to order. Please stand while Jerry Brundred does our invocation and we'll do the pledges.
Father God, as always, we're thankful for the blessings of this new day and the cool weather that you sent us, and just for the great privilege of living in this great country and this great state and this great community. And Lord, first of all, I'd like to pray that you put your healing hand upon the judge and Commissioner Casterline, and Lord, we need them back in their positions, Lord, so we just pray that you would accelerate their healing. And Lord, we have so much to be thankful for in this county, just the privilege of living here and seeing the beauty that we see every day. And Lord, we, in order for this county to function, we have to have leaders like we have on this Commissioner's Court, and we just pray your wisdom on them this morning. We pray you bless them with all the knowledge they need to make good decisions that will benefit all the citizens of this county. And we trust you, Lord. And we just pray your peace over this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge to the American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Could you do roll call, please?
Commissioner Cheney,
Here.
Commissioner Casterline, Commissioner Russo,
Here.
Commissioner Dupnik,
Here.
and Judge Garza.
Okay, I notice presence of a quorum. Under citizens to be heard, Sally Drew, are you present? Would you like to come to the podium? Did you want to speak at the beginning or on an agenda item? Okay. And you'll have 5 minutes, ma'am.
I'm Sally Drew with Rockport Oaks RV Park, which is what the physical location is called. We are actually RORVP Condominium Association Incorporated, registered with the state of Texas. I have a couple of items.
Ma'am, can we get your address?
My address?
Yes, ma'am.
The park address is 1406 West Corpus Christi Street, Rockport. 78382. Do you need the phone number?
No.
No, ma'am.
We have a couple of issues. The RV park has actually been released from the original declarant, so that 3 years ago. So now we have a board of directors that oversees the governance of the park, the association. However, the original declarant is still a developer with 14 lots and a septic system that she's working on in one area. She doesn't have anything to do with the rest of our park. The problem we have, the main problem is it deals with gray water irrigation systems. I have gone through I'm the president, and I've gone through how do we do that in a drought for people that own property. We are not a rental park. And we're looking at gray water systems. Are we going to use some solar systems? Anything and everything that can go green, fire prevention, planting plants that are better for prevention. It's a way to go for the future. We have 84 lots. 14 of those the developer's still working on. 2 she has completed and for sale. The rest are deeded property. So we have a deed with a percent of ownership in the common elements for all of the 84 lots. The problem with our irrigation system is we have commercial sized septic systems, but in the individual lots the gray water irrigation plan that we put together with coordinating with TCEQ out of Corpus and out of Austin. The plan is written with their specifications, and it's been signed off by their engineer in Austin, who is over all of the gray water systems in the state. His name is sorry, take me a second here to find his name. Balazar Lacerio Ramirez, P.E., Water Quality Division of Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. The system we have is exactly what he has designed for residential community. So we have it signed off, but the county inspector is saying we're commercial property, so we cannot use it because gray water cannot be used for commercial property. And he quotes let's see, it's 30 TAC 218.82 Chapter F and 30 TAC 185 Subchapter H. Well, that chapter specifically says that gray water can be used in commercial property and it can be used in residential property. All of this can be resolved if the Aransas County Environmental Department amended order O-23-2020 classifies our park as a rental park. We are not. We are owned property. I believe there are only 2 in this area that people own the property. We have our deeds to it. Somewhere in that amendment, whatever amended order, it needs to be amended again, addressing RV parks that are deeded property. I mean, our business entity is a condominium association. So my question, the first one I have is filing a grievance for them, and I have copies of a letter to the judge and all the commissioners if you want it. How do we file a grievance to get that corrected? Because we are a planned PUD, what you guys call it here. In San Antonio, we call it something else. We're a planned development. So how do we go about filing that to get it corrected? And then the second part that is really disturbing is every conversation that has gone on in the county, even in the city of Rockport, and we are county property. They've had meetings all the way from planning and development in Rockport with environmental health, with the
Miss-
developer.
Ms.
Yes, ma'am.
Drew, I'm sorry. You are allowed 5 minutes to speak, so that's expired. What I would suggest we cannot respond
Right?
because that would be conducting
Yes.
business that wasn't posted on the agenda.
Yep.
But I would you contact the commissioner for
Mhm.
your area,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if that's
It's Bubba,
Commissioner
and we
Cheney.
have,
Okay. Commissioner Castro.
we've not gotten any response. So do I go where next? Just tell me where to go next.
I would suggest contacting him again and perhaps copying the judge, just saying that you would like to have this placed on the agenda for discussion, and we can take it from there.
Okay. And if that doesn't work, do I go to the State House?
Well, I'm hoping that this will work.
But is the answer yes if it doesn't?
I don't believe that's
We can't discuss that right
yeah.
now. That's not an agenda item.
Okay.
We'll just, this would be the next step, and I would recommend that you do that.
Okay.
And thank you for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Miracle Jimenez, are you here? Would you like to come up to the microphone? Or did you want to speak on a particular item, or do you want to? Okay, then come to the microphone, please. Identify yourself, and you have 5 minutes, ma'am.
Hello, Commissioners Court. My name is Miracle Jimenez. I live in unincorporated Aransas County. Since early 2022, my family and several of our neighbors have been dealing with a persistent and dangerous situation involving
Ma'am, I don't mean to interrupt you, but could you state your address? I apologize.
905 Sturt Street.
905 3rd Street?
Sturt.
Steert. S-T-E-A-R-T.
Oh, Sturt, okay.
You can
Oh.
proceed, ma'am.
Okay. Since early 2022, my family and several of our neighbors have been dealing with a persistent and dangerous situation involving multiple unrestrained dogs that live on a property directly across from us. There are about 8 to 10 dogs in total, including a litter of 5 that have never been restrained. The adult dogs are occasionally tied, but the ties are often broken or ineffective. These dogs roam freely through the neighborhood, bark at our fence line, and have become increasingly aggressive. A few months ago, some of those dogs entered through my open gate and attacked my chickens. They have chased my husband on his motorcycle, almost causing him to crash. I've even seen the mail carrier forced to turn his truck toward them just to get past. Recently, I recorded them chasing and nearly attacking a jogger passing by. These dogs are visibly sickly and their behavior is escalating. I have been documenting this issue since January of 2022, and now I have a large library of photos and videos showing these same dogs roaming, trespassing, and harassing residents. This is not an isolated problem. It's a pattern that has continued for nearly 4 years. The problem also affects others on our road. The same dogs have tormented nearby neighbors and frightened the caregivers who come to help our disabled veteran father. These are people just trying to do their jobs, now afraid to get out of their vehicles or walk to a door because of roaming aggressive dogs. When I've asked for help, I've been told by animal control that our hands are tied. We can only issue citations, take pictures, send us the pictures. Texas is a fence-out state, not fence-in. Other officials have said, living in the county is no man's land. There are no ordinances, you can do whatever you want. But that simply isn't true. The Aransas County Animal Control Order O-03-2024 is in effect, and it clearly requires owners to restrain their dogs and prevent them from running at large. Texas Health and Safety Code Chapter 822 provides for enforcement when dogs threaten people or domestic animals. When even enforcement officers believe there are no rules, that's not a gap in the law, it's a gap in enforcement. And we already know how this story can end. Just like 2 years ago, right here in Rockport, Luis Flores was killed by a pack of loose dogs. That tragedy investigated by Aransas County Sheriff's Office. The pattern is identical: roaming unrestrained animals, ignored warnings, and a preventable death. I'm here asking the county to enforce its own laws before another family lives through that nightmare. I have 3 small children. I've already survived 1 serious dog attack in my life. I shouldn't have to wonder every time we step outside whether this will be the day that something terrible happens. Again, my kids don't have the freedom to wander our neighborhood streets. I'm asking this court to formally review this ongoing situation, to direct animal control and the sheriff's office to enforce the restraint provisions already on the books, and to ensure the safety of the families, workers, caregivers, and passers-by who live and serve in this community. This is no longer a nuisance. It's a public safety issue for residents, for motorists, and even for county and federal employees delivering mail. I myself was charged at this morning. The last issue I brought here wasn't resolved by county enforcement. It was solved because that man went to prison. He brought terroristic threat upon a peace officer with intent to harm. And that was after the plea and warning that I brought here to this court. But this dog problem will not go away on its own. Somebody will get hurt. Thank you for your time and taking seriously the safety of Aransas County residents. Oh, also, this video was, you might not be able to see it much, but hopefully you can hear it. This was just yesterday. That is a pack of dogs surrounding the caregiver for my husband's father, and she did not want to leave. My husband had to come out and escort her to her car. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jimenez. And Katie, you want to speak during item 6? Yes, ma'am. And Kim, you want to speak during item 7? Do we have any others?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So presentations and proclamations. Move to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion?
I would just like to note, though, on that burn ban, that it had previously stated 30 days, and that was a mistake. It should have said the burn ban is in effect for 60 days. That we adopted on October 27th.
And which set of minutes was that on, please?
It's not the minutes, it's a correction in the consent agenda, the third one on the consent agenda.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Okay.
So
It
noted.
should be 60 days instead of 30 days.
So order 016-2025. The burn ban was for 60 days.
Correct.
It went into effect on the 27th of October.
So we're just handling that as a typo? We're just handling that as a typo?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are we ready to vote on the consent agenda?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Right. Move on to county reports and resolutions.
I move to approve the Friends of Fulton Mansion report, third quarter 2025.
Second.
All right, Ms. Hill and friend.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is Dorothy Wood. As you know, she is the site manager, and I'm Jane Hill. Our present, oh, here we go. Is it not loaded? Is our presentation not loaded?
Temperamental.
Oh, okay. There we go. This is the third quarter report. Whoops. We're going to report on our quarterly expense report, our total heads in beds, promotion of the arts, and historic restoration for this quarter. For the third quarter, our expenses were supplies, $1,678, cabinets for supplies, $12,008, and we really very much appreciate. I regret that I don't have a picture of those today, but those were the cabinets that will go into have already been installed into the the multipurpose room, and it contains all of the supplies that they use for their programs.
I've seen them.
So-
They look very nice.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate that. So, our next slide here is heads in bids. Our first quarter, we had 1,995. Our second quarter, 517. Third quarter, up a little bit, 969. But as we all know, our nights in the hotels are down. And comparing it to 2024. Of course, we have the fourth quarter in the 2024. We have all 4 quarters, and we only have 3 quarters so far, but you can see it is significantly down. And you know, our gift shop is where people pay to see the museum, and that's where they're asked. And Dorothy tells me that a lot of people say that they're staying in RV parks or with friends, family, that's the response that they're getting, that not so many are staying in hotels. So I don't know what that's indicative of, but that seems to be a more common.
More RVers are coming in and people staying with friends and family.
But it's good to have some idea of why the one number is down.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why we asked. So, but our visitors have really significantly increased. And that's everything at the museum. That's entry to the museum, every program and event that we put on, or that the museum puts on. Yes, sir.
A question on this graph up there,
Yes.
or this 2023 and 2024, is that just for 3 quarters, or is that for the full year?
That was for the full year.
So that does show there is a significant increase in
Significant.
visitation.
Because the 2025 is year to date, so that's only for the first 3 quarters. So it's very impressive, and I attribute that to the great staff. We finally, have been fully staffed with great experienced educators who've been putting on some programs that clearly people are interested in. And so we hope that more people will come and stay in hotels to enjoy those events. Also wanted to note that it continues, the gift shop has the highest sales of all the Texas Historical Commission sites, and the highest ticket sales. So it's a very
terrific.
very well visited site, very popular place to go. So promotion of the arts for the third quarter, we had second Saturday History on the Go, and Dorothy's here to explain what any of those are if you have questions. Dinner at the mansion, music at the mansion, the adult special guided tours, preserving family heirlooms, croquet by the bay, and that's just to name a few. I just picked out a few that seem to, highlight
Is that picture from the kitchen?
It is. We
I thought
recently.
that was the stove over there in the corner.
It is. We recently, the Friends have updated and have a new website. It's still Friends of Fulton Mansion, but we hired a professional photographer to take some really nice pictures. So you're seeing those here, so that we could update our website. And this is a picture of the dinner at the mansion. Those have been very popular. I think this group were all dressing like cowboys. And then croquet, that's been very popular.
It has been, and at this dinner we did, it was a, what do you call them? It was just the top of my head.
Focused on Victorian, the meals that would be served in the Victorian era.
The meals are served from Harriet's cookbook in that Victorian era, but we also did a murder mystery. So we have things that go along with them. And that has helped drive numbers up. We went from 10 guests to now up to 12. And I think that's.
And I think they've sold out, right? The
Every
dinners?
single one
Yeah.
of them been sold out.
And then just some more pictures of some of the two ladies on the side. They were doing hat decorating, ladies in their hats in the Victorian era, and then our popular music at the mansion. Projects in the works. Our Victorian Christmas at the mansion is going to be really special this year. We will be celebrating the 250-year anniversary of the United States with a block party. Preservation and genealogy lecture. Croquet on the Lawn, still very, very popular music at the mansion. Restoration of the parlor, and rejuvenation of Harriet's Garden. We're hope to get that done this year. It has to go through the who is it with the state?
Our architects have to approve everything.
Okay.
That happens on site, so.
So sometimes that's the delay, is the bureaucratic
Bureaucracy.
process that you go through. And then those are the pictures. I think I've shown those before of some of the restoration in the parlor. And that's where our funds for the restoration have helped. Of course, the state pays a lot of that too. They don't have the full budget that they would like, and so that's where we're glad that we can step in with this grant to help them to restore that beautiful mansion. And of course, we believe that the educational programs and events that we offer there attract families, children and adults, and it showcases the history of Rockport and our culture that engages people to return back to Rockport.
Whenever y'all do your count, do you count all bodies, or do you count like family as 5, or I mean,
All bodies.
How do you everybody?
So
gets-
someone could come 2 or 3 times, and that would be counted 3 times. So it's
Okay,
not just
right.
one person. So
Right.
it's every single body.
It's not the number of people; it's the number of visits at the time.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you, commissioners. If you have any questions, we're here to answer those.
I was there for a special tour with the women's group, and Joanne gave us the most comprehensive tour I've ever heard of the mansion and what is being repaired and the concerns with, I don't know, the steel or something in the closet area and behind the,
I can address all that. There's a beam in the
Right.
basement area that is, the house is gonna be 150 years old in 2 years. So it needs some TLC. And because of Hurricane Harvey, there's some damage that did come through when the chimneys got laid over, and that we're starting to see that now. So our architects are working on that, and I will be presenting, and our other representatives will be directing to the state, and not this coming year, but the following year. To get some funding.
but it was a great tour. And then we made decorations on pieces of the slate roof. That's why I've seen the new cabinet.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pat, my error, and I didn't catch it till I was reviewing this with my husband. Beds and heads. The quarterly one, I've got, oh, not heads. Beds and heads.
We know what you meant, Jane. It's okay.
And I'd already sent it on. I thought, oh, call darn. Heads and beds, beds and heads. So anyway.
But thank you, ladies. They're
right.
just doing terrific work there.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Motion approved. Item number 5.
I move to approve Texas Maritime Museum report for third quarter 2025.
I'll second that.
Good morning, Ashley.
you. Ask you to bear with me. This front brought in something that's got my allergies stirred up, so I'm gonna do my best to get through this without
That's why
coughing.
we're short here.
This is our third quarter report, of course. We'll just dive right in here. So our attendance numbers for the quarter were good. We do typically see that during this third quarter with the summer visitors here in town. So we had 4,737 visitors for all events during July, August, and September. So still seeing good attendance numbers there. Of those, 2,559 said they came from at least 75 miles outside of Rockport, which we're always thrilled to see those numbers. We do see quite a few out-of-town visitors, especially during those summer months. And with that attendance comparison, September was the first month of the year that we've seen any kind of drop in comparison to 2024, and it was fairly minimal. We still showed a little over 1,000 more visitors for the quarter than we did in 2024. So we've seen almost 3,000 more visitors this year through that third quarter than we did in 2024. With that, you can see we are definitely on track to have record attendance numbers again this year. With us sitting just under 15,000 in the first three quarters, we expect we'll break that 2024 number with the upcoming events, especially considering we just had our Harbor Haunts event. That typically brings in 1,200 people that day for Harbor Haunts. So we'll see some significant numbers in October, bolstered by that for sure.
And maybe the gala too.
Yes, the gala for sure. Yeah, we usually see good numbers there. With that breakdown of our visitors, now these are the visitors registered at the front desk of the museum, not events. But this is those major metro areas. As usual, San Antonio's our highest of the major metro areas. And then 13% were locals. That other is other areas in Texas, as well as our out-of-state visitors that come through.
But I was surprised that Dallas is almost twice as much as Austin.
I know. I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess it's just tourists in town. Typically, Dallas is fairly low because of the distance. So, with our heads in beds, aside from the no's or did not answer, which they do have that option, that highest percentage was for the 4 or more nights. So we definitely saw tourists in town more long-term that were coming through the museum this time around.
Have you noticed, or has anyone at the front desk reported the same situation that the Fulton Mansion said, where they're staying with friends or staying?
I don't know that they're asking specifics,
Okay.
but we are seeing quite a few stating that they did not stay. Now that question clears out if they put in a local zip code, but for the most part, those saying no are people coming through stating, so they're coming from out of town, but they're not staying in a hotel. So I would imagine it is a similar situation.
Thanks.
In our expenditures, we're up a little bit this time around. You can see we do have a lot in the works with our curatorial exhibits, renovations, and new exhibits coming through. So we're seeing an increase in costs there for sure. Expect that to continue through the next couple of years as we have major renovations to our exhibit galleries that we expect to start in 2026. This little graph does not look very exciting, but you'll see we are continuing to see steady growth in followers on our social media. We're always thrilled to see that. Overall, we're sitting a little over 27,000 followers on social media. Our impressions, you'll see that number drop significantly. That is to be expected because it's comparing to the previous quarter, which was WineFest. So we always see a huge jump in social media and website during that quarter of WineFest. So it doesn't look great the next quarter, but we still had over 600,000 impressions on Facebook alone. So interactions drop as well. Lots of people share and comment on those WineFest posts, so those numbers were huge for the second quarter. Just a glimpse at some of our posts that we had throughout the quarter. Our historical posts typically do very well. You can see that's what the bulk of those are. We get a lot of interest with those.
And then website numbers are similar. You do see a drop because people are clicking through looking for info on WineFest in that second quarter. But we still had 8,600 visits from 8,100 visitors for the quarter on our website. The top sources, we do see quite a bit of website traffic that is direct. So they are typing in that website, going directly to it.
Does that mean the Texas Maritime Museum? Okay.
Yes, yeah, they're going straight to the website, and then you'll see the next highest is Google searches, where they're not sure of the website, so they're trying to find us. So, but we do have a lot of direct, which is good. That means marketing's working. They know that website.
Yeah.
So. Then just to look at what was happening during the quarter, our education director, Shelley, started cooking classes for adults earlier in the year. Those did very well, so she mixed in a family cooking class. They had a great time. I believe they made pizza, so they were having fun. Our camps took place in July. Sea Camp as well as H2 Odyssey started again this year after we did not have it last year. Pirate Day is always a lot of fun.
I might say the sea camps were very well done and very well attended. They were a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always fun to see the kids. They get very excited. They know Shelley and they know the camps, and they're excited to be there again. So. Texas Navy Day happened in September. We also had music at the museum. And then Tiny Tots always picks back up in the fall. That is our toddler and preschool age classes that happen on Wednesdays. Those are always well attended. Then I added in a little bit of info about upcoming events. Of course, Harbor Haunts already happened, but our last music at the Museum of the Year will take place tomorrow night at 6:30. That is free to attend. And then we have our Maritime Ball coming up on December 6th. We're very excited about that this year. Limited seating is still available. We definitely expect to sell out. It's going quickly, but that was a fantastic event last year when we revamped it and kicked it back off, and we're excited to see what this year brings. So. That is it. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any
Did a
questions?
good job.
No.
Thank you.
It's very exciting to see what you're doing.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Okay. Number 6.
I move to approve authorizing the county judge or the county elections administrator to advise Allison Bass and McGee LLP of the Commissioners Court preference of options of the redrawing of county voting precincts pursuant to Texas Election Code and newly drawn congressional districts.
Second.
Okay. And Kevin, are you going to speak to these or? Well, I think we need to determine which set we're going to approve. Katie, would you like to proceed? Kevin?
Actually, if I speak first, then it'll make my remarks much shorter.
Okay. Promise?
As
Okay.
you know, I don't like public speaking. Katie Jackson, I'm the, I turned it off. Katie Jackson, I am the county chair for the Aransas County Republican Party. The new precincts, as we all know, for voting precincts are required because we now have 2 congressional U.S. House representatives within the county, and by law, you can only have 1 U.S. representative in a voting precinct, which requires us to split up voting precincts. The party executive committee discussed it. We would like to go with option 1. There are several reasons. 1, it's a whole lot easier on both us, the elections administration staff, because if you guys don't know, Kevin and his staff are fabulous. I don't worry about elections in Aransas County. And 2, it's a whole lot cheaper. Okay? Because if we go with option 2, and I'm sure Kevin can give you much more information on this, if we go to 10 voting precincts, we have to open another voting precinct, which is a chunk of change I'm sure the county does not have at this point of time.
But what I will say is the court does need to think about the 2030 census. Okay, if you actually dig in the election code, you will find out that 3 of our current 6 voting precincts are way too big. They have to be busted up. Okay, so that's going to be part of the redistricting that will happen as part of the 2030 census. Okay, so we need to keep that in the back of our hat, that expense is coming. But at this point in time, the County Republican Party strongly supports option number 1. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Katie. Kevin?
I just discovered a clerical error in the agenda memo for option 2 for precinct 3. There is a precinct 3B listed on there, and that is not right. It should be listed exactly as option 1's in the agenda memo. But if you want my recommendation is to go with option 1 as well, citing those cost savings for the county this time. And in another 5 to 6 years, we will be redistricting again, and that will give us a much better chance to review everything. We'll have actual census data to look at everything then as well.
Okay. Any more discussion? Could we have an amendment? Were you going to discuss something, or I was going to ask if you would amend it to say that we would select option 1.
Well, this is the first time I've seen this, so option 1, that handles all the precincts, right? That's dividing everybody up to where we think we're going to be. Is that what we're doing?
So
what are you wanting to do in option 1?
So option 1 is changing our voting precincts to include 7 voting precincts now. So for Commissioner Precinct 1, it's changing the line for
Okay, how does it change
precincts
them?
1 and 1A. Let me find my map.
It's
Looks to me
basically
like it's
business
the same
35,
thing.
isn't
Right.
it?
So it's basically turning the dividing line for those precincts by business 35.
Because that's where the new congressional district line is.
You're still going to represent your same commissioner precinct, just the boundaries for your voting precincts are going to change.
Okay, but the actual precinct lines for purpose of governments is the same.
Correct. And that's the same is true for all of the other voting precincts. We're not changing it. We're not changing commissioner precincts. We're only changing voting precincts.
The boundaries all remain the same. The precinct boundaries remain the same.
For commissioner precincts, yes.
Yes. Right.
See, I have one issue that I'm not real sure how to handle it, but almost half of my people live in precinct 1. Well, well over half of them live in precinct 1.
They are
But
still
yet
going
we
to be
don't-
they are still going to be your constituents. This is just strictly,
Yeah, I'm getting to that, Bob.
okay.
But on the voting precinct, everybody in half of mine has to come to Rockport to the Boys and Girls Club.
Mm-hmm.
As a place to come. That's the nearest, and I think that's a problem.
Okay.
And I think that's a problem we got to deal with before we get into the next total census of everything. But in what you have for the voting precincts, as I understand it, would exacerbate that problem a little bit, because it looks to me like it's going to move a little bit more from where 1A is up to 1, so it's going to give more people in 1A. Is that right? Am I reading this wrong? Katie, is that right?
So their commissioner precinct is going to remain the same.
No, but I'm talking about how far my voters.
Well, we are a countywide polling place program county. That means that voters can vote at any location within our county. Doesn't
Okay.
matter what precinct they reside in.
Okay, but almost or a little more than half of my voters have to come to Rockport. Okay, and that seems to me like a little bit out of line because I've got like 900 lots in Aransas Pass total. Now, this is not saying we need to make any changes now, but that's one concern that I have. It appears to me that the majority of my voters are going to be in 1 rather than 1A, or, yeah, in 1 rather than 1A. But yet the precinct where they can go, the earliest places they can go to vote is 8 miles away. I realize that's not a big distance, but it's like it's the city council of Aransas Pass would like to see more representation from Aransas County in locations. I don't even know if we've got a place we can do that. I haven't been able to find one, but it's something we need to keep in mind.
So that is something, yes, we can keep in mind. But when it comes to running city and school elections, it's up to the cities and schools to run their own elections.
I'm not worried about cities and schools. I'm worried about the precincts, the commissioner's court.
So
Yeah.
that would really be changing out possibly a voting center, but that doesn't really
Right.
impact
Right.
the voting precinct
Right.
decision we have to make
But
today.
that was the only problem I have. It seems to shift the population more towards Aransas Pass than it does to Rockport as far as the line goes. Anyway, that's just my thought.
Okay.
I'm in support of option 1 for several reasons, but even with the redistricting and all the expense with the attorneys and everything, that's coming out of the county's budget. And then this also is the most cost effective with option 1 rather than going with option 2 from the county standpoint. And I think you and I had a conversation, it could be as much as $40,000.
Yes, and likely even more than that.
It'll likely be more than that, right? So I think and again, in just a few years, we're going to do a census, and this will have to be all redone anyway. So I think most expedient thing is to go with option 1 also.
Okay. Then would you like to amend your motion to say that we would approve selecting option 1 for the redraw?
Sure.
Does he need to restate it?
Yes, please.
Could you restate it then, please?
Oh, I would like to have the county go to option 1 as presented.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye?
Commissioner Dupnik,
Aye.
Okay. Number 7?
I move to approve county judge or county elections administrator to advise Allison Bass McGee, LLP, of the Commissioner's Court preference and how to number the county's voting precincts.
I'll second that.
Okay. Kim, would you like to speak before Kevin or after Kevin? Kevin, do you want to speak?
I don't think this is on.
Yeah.
Is it on?
The green light is.
Okay. Kim Hesley, 2003 Julie Park Drive. I'm also the precinct chair for the Republican Party Precinct 3. And I had made a suggestion. The election code under section 42.004, precinct identification, says that the Commissioner's Court shall identify each county election precinct by a number. So, just with some past experience in another county, there's a lot of confusion, I think, among our voters as to election or voting precinct versus commissioner precinct. And when they're both a single-digit number, that just creates a lot of confusion. And so I came up with a suggestion that we go to a 3-digit numbering system, and I think this is a great opportunity to do this since we are changing the boundary lines. So your first digit of a 3-digit system would designate the commissioner precinct, and then the remaining numbers would be the voting precinct. So for example, since you want to adopt option 1, Commissioner Precinct 1 would have 2 voting precincts, and they would be 101 and 102. And then Commissioner Precinct 2 is not changing at all, so that would be 201. And then 3 would be 301, 302, 4 would be 401, 402. And that allows you flexibility, especially looking ahead. It sets up in place a system where if you have to break up, say, Precinct 4 into more than 2 voting precincts, you just add more numbers. Or take away if, down the road you have to. And
So like 403, 404.
Right, if you had to add more. So I think that would alleviate some confusion and help voters distinguish between whether we're talking about a commissioner precinct or an election precinct. We did this in another county in 2001 redistricting. I was the chair in Bandera County, and they had 10 voting precincts that were numbered 1 through 10, which was very confusing. And so they went to the 3-digit system similar to this. And I can say the voters caught on very quick, and it did alleviate a lot of confusion down the road. So
I like the suggestion. Thank you, Kim.
The party concurs with what precinct 3 said. Just the.
thank you. I meant to say that. I forgot.
And I'm okay with that option as well. If you're wanting my opinion, in fact, actually, I think it would be a great help to our voters as well.
I think so too.
I can amend my motion.
All right, please.
I'd like to amend my previous motion to also include that we would use the 3-digit numbering system. Precinct number be the first number, and then any sequential voting precincts within that would be digit numbers 401, 402, example.
I'm not sure I understand that, but I'll second it. I'm sure we will by the time all this is over with.
So it's been moved and seconded that we will change the numbering for the county's voting precincts from the use of a number and a letter to just 3-digit number.
I got it. Yes, ma'am. So, Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye?
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Okay, it's approved. Number 8.
I move to approve petition from Brian Wiganowski to close, abandon, and vacate a portion of a 60-foot platted roadway called First Street, Lamar Town Site, Aransas County, Texas.
I'll second that.
Okay, good morning, Kat.
Good morning. This petition that comes before y'all today is for development in West Lamar. In order to replat as is required by TCEQ in order to accommodate their on-site sewer facility for the development, they do have to abandon this right-of-way and combine all the original little lots into a single big lot, or technically it'll be 2 lots. But the petition to abandon this right-of-way has to be approved before they can do that replat. The roadway is what we call a paper street. It was recorded as a plat, but it was never improved, and the county has never incorporated it into our road system, and we have no plans to improve it and to adopt it. And this petition also meets all the state requirements. It does not landlock anyone, and it does not create any additional restrictions to accessing other property.
Is this the Jack's property that you're talking about in Lamar?
This is for Murphy Shores. It's
It's across the road.
it's by Mom and Pops is the RV park, and they have been. I've received a word from some of the neighbors. They've been doing a very good job at being very responsible with the development and with the work out there.
Is that, Bob, is that across the highway? Is it on the west side of the highway?
Turn, as you're going north, when you come to Main, turn left on First Street, and it's at the very end of First Street.
I
Basically,
apologize. I misunderstood.
Yeah, and it's just past Mom and Pop's RV park. They're
Okay.
the last business, and they're doing the development to expand their property.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right before Newcomb Point. If you'll notice that the right-of-way
So that is-
abandonment does not
So
include
that
that
is on the west
access.
side of
Yes,
35.
west side of 35.
Oh, okay, because I couldn't place it thinking it was on the east side.
Nope.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes, sir. And the developer is here if there's any additional questions.
I want to thank Mr. Wiganowski and the family for the work they've done. They've tried to be very compliant and considerate of everybody that's involved as far as neighbors. I think they've done a good job of due diligence, and so has the county staff.
No, they've been very patient with working with us, and we really appreciate their taking all the initiatives to do the development properly.
So when people are going there, they'll access it from First Street and then they'll drive on to the RV park grounds. Is that how it'll work?
Yes, ma'am, and they have submitted the engineered plans for the internal driveway to show that it will meet the requirements for emergency vehicles.
Yeah, If I remember correctly, there's a pipeline that goes through there.
Yes, sir. But they have been working with their engineer in order to make sure that everything's been removed so that everything can be done safely.
That's from the old rattlesnake plant or whatever it was.
There was a gas exchange there, but the lease expired, and they have been working with the company to remove all of the components.
Okay. Good. That's good use of that property.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dubnik,
Aye.
Thank you all.
Number 9,
I move to approve amending this motion authorizing the county procurement specialist to request proposals from the airport engineering pool for design and engineering of airport bulk to read fuel farm instead of food farm project.
I'll second that.
good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sorry it's not a food farm. I wish it was with a chicken farm. But it is for fuel, and this was, I had this on the agenda last time, and we struck it because it was worded badly. We were using RFQ, and we've already been through the RFQ process. So this is just asking for our selected pooled engineers to give us a bid on it.
Good.
And there is a match on this.
That's 90% reimbursable.
Right.
So yeah, we budgeted it for 2026.
Okay.
Can't really do any work that requires us writing a check until that time. That's when the money's available.
This is from the RAMP grant.
No, sir. This will be from the bipartisan infrastructure law grant. That is it was approved by Congress in 2021 as part of the infrastructure. Congressional allocation for money for infrastructure projects dealing with recovery from COVID. And airports were given an allotment based on their status in the National Plan of Integrated Airport Systems, or the NIPIAS. And we had 5 years worth of money added up into our escrowed account, essentially.
And we need to do this.
And we have to do it, and we have to get it. We have to get this thing scoped and started before May 31st, or we're going to start losing money on it again.
And it's a very good replacement location.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But no food farm.
Question?
No food.
No food farm at this point.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dubnik,
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, motion passes.
I'd like to move to strike item 10 at this time, being we don't have the full body of the court, if that's proper.
I'll second that.
Or can you strike it? Just you.
I don't know.
we should be able to strike it because of the fact that
So we'll put it off till next time when we have more representatives of the court here?
Right.
All right. Then we'll move to table.
I'll second that.
So we're going to move to table. Do you want to take a vote?
yes, ma'am. Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
and Commissioner Dubnik.
Aye.
It's unfortunate, but we'll take care of it next time. Number 11,
I move to approve ratifying the county judge's signature on the execution of documents of amendment number 8 to the GLO contract number 24065-098 C270.
Second.
okay. Do you want to speak to this?
Yes, ma'am. We received the amendment for the GLO contract as motioned. This is just to give us an extra time. It's just, there's no dollars to change it. It's just to give an extension of time through April 30th of 2026. We received this amendment on October 27th. It had to be signed by the 31st. We did not have a meeting, so we did have the judge sign it, and we're asking for ratification.
All right.
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dubnik,
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 12,
I move to approve the Aransas County Indigent Health Care Report for October 2025.
I'll second that.
all right.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sarita.
For the month, we spent $19,176.36. I did receive a reimbursement on one of my clients who was awarded SSI Medicaid. It's a partial reimbursement. We're in month 2 of our fiscal year, and we're at 2% of our 8% on the GRTL. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. So no hospitalizations, that was good. Inpatient hospitalizations
Yes, ma'am. This month will change.
will be different.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
They go so quickly. Number 13,
I move to approve October 25th, October 2025 Auditor's Monthly Report.
Second?
You have the auditor's report. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Everything looks good. We're still on track to finish this fiscal year within budget. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
you took care of all my questions on Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I will let everyone know, when you look at the budget on a page, those are revenue versus expenditures. That's not cash in the bank. That is just what we have budgeted, and we're showing revenues versus expenditures. So when you see a negative number, it just means we are,
I ain't got there yet.
oh, well. No, not on that one, on the budget on the
No, I know.
page. And so it's not showing cash at all. It's different than what the treasurer does with the cash reports that show negative numbers.
Okay. Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
Item number 14,
I move to approve accounts payable and payroll/payroll liabilities.
I'll second it.
all right.
Okay, you have all of the payroll liabilities, as well as all the accounts payable. I'm asking for those to be approved. I only have 2 that I wanted to bring to your attention. We have Lloyd Goslink, our September invoices for $61,624.70. And an invoice from Pape Dawson for our MITMOD, the drainage study that they're doing for the county, of $29,562.50.
What was the Pape Dawson again?
It's our,
No,
the drainage,
29,000 you said?
$29,562.50.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick?
Aye.
All right. Reports from commissioners, elected officials, and department heads. No action will be taken.
I just would like to recognize today as Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And I know our county judge and a lot of our county staff and quite a few of the citizens have served on the Marine Corps, so just want to recognize that.
250th.
250th birthday. Yes.
And there will be a veteran service tomorrow, too. We might mention that in conjunction at the Veterans Memorial Park over near,
At 10 a.m., correct?
I think it's at 11.
At 11? At 11
I think it's
a.m.
usually at 11 on the 11th.
Okay,
on
that's right.
the
11th
11th
on the
one.
11th. That's right.
Any announcements? Darrell, have anything from Road and Bridge?
Not at this time. I will probably at the next meeting.
Okay. All right. Reports about items of community interest. No action will be taken.
I do have, I guess, one thing on this Thursday. We have actually 3 things going on. We have a special commissioner's court. We're going to be canvassing the
Oh,
votes
that's right.
from the last election. Also that afternoon, the judge, myself, some county staff are going to be meeting with TxDOT. I know there's been concerns about Lamar, the intersection at Main Street and 35 in Lamar. And then also we'll be talking about some other intersections in the county. And then also that afternoon at 3:30, we are recognizing the county's acquisition of the Copano Bay Ranch, also known as the Bailey Ranch, and that's open to the public.
I think that starts at 3.
At 3? I 3:30. I showed
3:30?
3:30.
Okay.
I think is it?
Okay.
3:30. Thought so.
Anything else? Do we need to have closed session? No? Okay. Take a motion to adjourn. Oh, okay. So then we need to go into close. Could I have a motion to go into closed session?
Let me find that page. We got to read that page.
I move to convene into closed session in accordance with Texas Government Code 551.071 to consult with Marcia Pettis of Chavez, Obregon, and Fearless, LLP, and receive legal advice excuse me, about pending or contemplated litigation, settlement offers, and other attorney-client privilege matters, including but not limited to any posted items on the agenda. Number 1, Aransas County versus Endurance American Specialties Insurance Company et al. Aransas County District Court cause number 23-0021 and item number 2, North Star Recovery Services and Aransas County Independent School District or versus Aransas County Independent School District and Aransas County District Court, case number 23-0066, consolidated with North Star Recovery Services, Inc. and HR&R LLC et al. Aransas County District Court cause number 20-0159 and number 3, Western Steel Company versus T2J Partners LLC, DIEA, FPS Recovery LLC, and Aransas County, Texas, cause number 24-0072 in the 36th District Court of Aransas County. Number 4, Old Castle Building Envelope Inc., DBA, Graham Architectural Products and Sharp Glass LLC et al. Aransas County District Court case number 24-0099, and Downtown Anchor Project, including the county permissible action under its various contracts and reports on proposed mediation, insurance claims, and or formal review. And number 6, discuss personal matters, update the court on future plans, including personnel matters pursuant to section 551.074 on Texas Open Meetings Act, personnel matters, closed session. A, this chapter does not require a governmental body to conduct an open meeting. A1, deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment of duties, discipline of dismissal of public officer or employee, or 2, to hear complaint or charge against an officer or employee. And B, subsection A does not apply to the officer or employee who is subject of the deliberation or hearing request of public meeting.
Second.
I think we might need to amend that
Okay.
just with the name of the council that'll be represented. And Dana, do you have the name of the council? Will Allensworth.
So amended.
Thank you.
And also, I'd like just to,
Can you approve the second?
second on the amendment.
Okay, Commissioner, I can vote now?
Pardon?
I can go ahead and vote?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Commissioner Russo?
Aye.
And Commissioner Dubnik?
Aye.
And then Commissioner
And
Dubnik.
also on the public service announcements, just to remind everybody, it isn't that the Copano Cove Ranch property celebration will be at 3 p.m. It'll be from 3 to 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, 3 to 5:30 p.m.
Okay. So now we have a motion to go into closed session for all those reasons. Well, I was going to have us take a vote first.
Commissioner Cheney?
Aye.
Did we do that already?
I just voted right now, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
All right, so we will take a 10-minute break and then reconvene at 10:15. Thank you. Now I have to find an agenda. Man, can I see your agenda? Okay.
Are we ready?
I'm waiting on Colin to tell me if we're.
Oh.
So we got a vote, and then Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Okay, and then a motion to reconvene to open session?
that was to open the session. Now you're going to reconvene to roll call, right, for closing session? I meant to.
We're going to
end the
take
day.
action.
Okay.
May I make a motion?
Yes, please.
I would like to make a motion to approve authorizing our attorney to negotiate with Teal on conditions of CCD 13.
I'll second that.
Okay. Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
and Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
Okay, then we adjourn at,
We need to make a motion to.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
aye.
and Commissioner Dupnick.
Aye.
So we adjourn at 10:50. Thanks very much.